What's up, guys? It's Swordmaster is back, and I made quite a few created characters on here, which also happen to be based on other characters. To start things off, I'm going to start with the Kirito slots, and if you don't know who he is, he's the protagonist of Sword Online. He's my second favorite anime character, blah blah blah. I know what you're thinking. Why is there two slots? Well, it has been shown that he can dual wield. However, a fighting style like that isn't pretty similar to that of Soul Calibur for some odd reasons. So I made separate Kiritos, each with different sword, which he has wielded at the same time. Yeah. And of course I used Mitsurugi's fighting style for this, since there was no other fighting style I could find. Also, not to mention, Mitsurugi's my main. He's also my favorite character. Yeah. Oh yeah, E3, I almost forgot about that. Sure, a lot of stuff happens at E3. A lot of people pretty much consider Nintendo winning, which I would agree. But the two most biggest things at E3 this year, what interests me a lot was two particular games that Namco presented, which were Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I'm just gonna prefer to as Xenoverse, since it's more easier for me to pronounce. And not to mention, also, they announced that Sword Online Holo Fragment getting an English release. About time! I've been waiting for that game to come out. Also, I learned how to do a critical edge. So yeah, I honestly think Holo Fragment would make a good game to add to my video collection. Also, not to mention, this is the first time that Sword Online ever had a game to be released internationally. Alright, I'm gonna fight with Jin, who was my main in Tekken, and who was pretty hard to make in this. I'm gonna fight against Siegfried, who is another Soul Calibur favorite of mine. Oh yeah, so far July might as well be the most hyped month for me this year.
You can never understand that.
Oh yeah, so why July will be the most hyped month for me, at least this year? Well, at least a lot of stuff's going on at once. I mean, Sword Online 2 is around the horizon. Plus, I did hear about it long back when it's still in its light novel origins. So yeah, I may know little detail of what might happen. But not much story detail, because I'll save that for watching the anime itself. Oh yeah, not to mention, I'm also preparing Devil May Cry month, July. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff is gonna happen there. I just love that critical edge. It reminds me back in the days when I played Tekken Tag Tournament 2 with my buddy. He pwned me a lot and I pwned him a lot, and I also play a lot in the arcade mode to unlock more endings, and yeah. Oh yeah, there's also other characters I made, like a Cloud, who I think get out of all the other Final Fantasy characters gets a little too much hate. And who am I gonna go up against? Okay, Patroclus, in my opinion, at least is douche, but Alpha Patroclus, I'm okay with. Because he learns a little more, and yeah. Also, not to mention, he rebelled against this ungrateful character, which happens to be the Spirit of Soul Calibur. But yeah. Not to mention, he's voiced by the same guy who voiced Sasuke. Just thought if I could point that out. Okay, how I made Cloud on here, I did want to make his design similar to that from his original appearance in 7, but the only somewhat appearance I could possibly make for him is unfortunately from Advent Children. Don't get me wrong, I thought that was a good movie, in my opinion, but I think that's where most of the people's hate for Cloud comes from. And also, I just gave him a Siegfried's main weapon, because it does look like a Buster Sword, which happens to be in a different shape, so yeah. Dang. Wow, that was a bit overkill. You certainly are. And if you're wondering what my most honest opinion about Cloud is, I'm pretty okay with him. I mean, he was a good protagonist in 7, and he was a good NPC in Crisis Core. And I'm pretty okay with him in Advent Children. Yeah. Oh yeah, also I made a Dante on here. Which again, I used Mitsurugi's fighting style for this one, so it could seem more like he's wielding the ever iconic Rebellion. And I'll fight against Nightmare, who's a brute, obviously. And I wanna fight here, because this is an awesome location to fight.
I won't hold back. The nightmare will devour your soul.
So awesome.
Fight. This hurts. This will hurt. Battle. Fight. On my honor.
Yeah, with an opponent like Nightmare, you really have to time your guards right. That's all I gotta say if you ever go up against him. And all I can think of is basically Devil May Cry 3's box art cover thing. You know, like the cover of the case. And to conclude this video, I'm gonna use, as much as I wanna play as this character who's obviously based off Hard Glory from the underrated as heck Rave Master series. This was pretty hard for me to make, but man, I'll give it a try. I will. I'll be fair. And I'll fight against Algol. No. This guy is just brutal. Now, I'll just fight against Elysium. I really do hate Elysium. It gives me a bad impression of what a sword was like if it were an actual living being. And is she using Pure Omega's fighting style now? Or is it just regular Pure's? I can't really tell. Oh man. And yeah, that's just about it for now. If you want me to make more characters based on any other characters that you like, yeah, feel free to, request. Until the meantime, I'm Stock Swordmaster, and I'll probably see you guys around, probably in DMC month.